So hi honeys, how are you? Tanya Shylock here, and of course welcome back to my YouTube channel. What's popping, what's well, and of course all that particular kind of good stuff over there. If this is your first time here, I'm talking about you over there, and of course you are watching my face for the first time. Hi there, I'm Tanya Shylock. I'm a nursing student, of course, very soon joining my second year, accomplishing my first year, and of course I also do videos about makeup, glam, fashion, beauty, and of course my medical lifestyle kind of videos. But of course, as you have seen from the title of the video to the thumbnail, today we are going to be of course doing a Q&A, of course, for the top 5 questions being of course asked especially to a lot of people, of course, who are inspiring to be upcoming nurses. So without any further ado, let us just dive into the video right now. The questions that a lot of people do ask me, especially those who know me, of course, that I'm studying nursing, and of course those who I found at different occasions, especially of course medical events, and of course all that kind of stuff. So the first question, of course, I have them literally here on my tablet. I want to go through one by one. So literally the first question is saying, why did you decide on a career as a nurse? So I think this is a pretty tricky question, and I think this is part of the question that I was asked during my interview back in the days, of course, when I was aspiring to be entering to the nursing circles. But literally, if you know my story right now, you know the reason why I'm doing nursing, and of course all that. But the top reason why I decided to pick on nursing to be my career in life, first of all, is I always wanted to be a health personnel or a health worker. And initially, if you don't know my story, I've been talking about where everything started. That initially, when I was a little bit young, I always wanted to be a doctor, and I never knew that even in doctors they do specialize, and I never knew about nursing. I never knew anything, but I thought that every other health personnel you see or health worker is a doctor. But of course, as I grew up, I knew about nursing, and of course I had to pick it up because I thought that it suited, or it literally just merged with my characteristics. It just merged with my heart, and of course my intentions, and of course all that. So picking up nursing as a career, first of all, I really do love providing health care, especially to people in general, and I think that's the unique answer every health personnel has. But I really do love offering these health services to people. And second onto that, I've always been, and I will always be, I think, that kind of person, of course, who feels, and of course who knows that my presence literally does a very big difference on a person's life, especially for a patient who I'm dealing with. And I always make sure that he is in a very comfortable position, and of course he or she is in, of course, a position that he trusts me or she trusts me to provide the health services. So that unique answer about that I'm going to be telling you guys also, it is that I've always loved to be a health personnel, and I always love providing this health care to patients. And of course, not to forget out the smartness of nurses always strikes my brain, you know. I really do love the fact that we do wear these green kind of course of uniforms, especially when you are still, of course, training on wards. And of course, after we do wear pink, and of course after, if you are on another level, we do wear white. I really do love the uniformity of course of nurses. I really do love the different rules and regulations we follow, especially when we are dealing with our nurses, our patients, and of course with our fellow staff. It's just magic, you know. It's just magic being near a patient, providing him things that he or she is not able to provide to himself, helping him all out when he or she is not able to help out himself, like helping him to use the toilet, helping him to feed him or her. It's just magic. Only that I would do that for the rest of my life, for God's sake. That's why even I picked on the nursing circles. I love connecting with people emotionally and connecting with them to another level, you know. It really brings out that magic. A person does trusts you, and of course he knows that you right now he or she is depending on you, and it's just magic, you guys. I don't know how to express it to full capacity, but just know that I've always loved being a health personnel, and providing these services to patients. It's just another world to me. The second question is saying, what do you find rewarding about your job? So literally there are a lot of things, but I want to be as brief as I can. First of all, the time, the time we spend with our patients is really very quality time, and the way how they do expose and of course pour out their hearts to you, especially during treatments and of course during different plans of diagnosis, it's also very magical. It just shows that you're there for them, and they are there of course to follow your orders and of course your prescriptions in order for them to be very good and well. And of course also the respect, they do literally respect us because they know that we pioneer this thing of health. And they love, the care they do give to us as health personnel or as a nurse. It's also on another level. And of course, above onto that, the integrity, you guys, it's also on another level. People do consider you to be very, of course, knowledgeable. And most of the time we are knowledgeable because we go to school to study these things. And there is a way how they do ask you questions about their health. You do respond in a very mature and in a very, of course, edutainment kind of way. It just makes magic. Of course, not the least, appreciation, you guys. I really do love people appreciating us. It's also another kind of it makes you to feel very important in the society or in the community, especially here where I am in Africa and of course in Uganda, where the health services are not yet developed such as those in Europe. A person thanking you like, thank you very much, Nanso, thank you very much. Here they call us Basao, thank you very much, Musao, for this and this service. It just makes you, of course, feel like you have saved a life. It just makes you feel like you are very important to a point that you are appreciated because of providing a service that would lead to something else, and all that. The next question is saying, how do you deal with someone who isn't satisfied with your patient care? So as simple as this, I always try very hard to see that I create a very beautiful NPR, nurse patient relationship. And if I find a patient who is not satisfied, or a family member who is not satisfied with the services I'm providing or the health kind of integration I'm providing, it's well and good for me. I always try to call in a senior, of course, a senior meaning a person above me or a person who's more experienced than me. And I always try to act in a very positive way because the profession we are in, it's all about positivity. It's all about creating positive vibes all over ourselves. And if I feel like that person is not well with the service I've provided, I either call on my senior person above me. I either ask him or her what he or she thinks, and I literally do objectively ask him for the truth so that he or she tells me what he genuinely thinks about the service and what we can do basically to improve on what I've provided initially. As simple as that. I don't go an extra mile to argue or to talk about things that are not irrelevant at that particular kind of moment in time, but I just keep it positive. And yeah, the next question is saying, tell me what is your greatest skill as a nurse? So literally my greatest skill as a nurse so far, what I've realized is that I do have that skill of knowing to handle emotions, and especially for myself and of course for my patient. I know how to deal with emotions. I know when a patient is pissed. I know when a patient is in his or her normal position or normal senses. I know when to ask a particular question. I know how to treat a particular patient in a particular time. I know how and when to react to different patients, of course, from different categories. And it has helped me, of course, in a lot of ways, learn to handle my patients, learn to strive, if that English was right, learn to thrive, of course, through my day-to-day kind of ward rounds and of course maybe shifts either day and of course all that. Last question is saying, how do you handle the stress of your nursing job? So this is one of the most asked questions. Not only you guys do ask me this, but also my very close family members, they also do ask me this. How do I handle stress, especially at work? I know the stress tends to be a little bit critical. There are moments in time where you feel like a particular patient is mistreating you as a health worker. But not only that, when you also find that you are working overtime, or it's already time for lunch, and of course you are still having a ton of patients to see or to work on, oh, you are, it's time for a particular kind of activity, and of course you are not yet there. I know the struggle is real. Sometimes it tends to be very real, but I have a very simple formula that I always use, and this is just programming my brain and my mind to, in a way that this thing is important not only to the patient but also the society around those different patients, such as relatives, and of course the family members in general of the patient, and of course also to me as a person, to my family, because I'm earning a living onto this career, and of course I'm doing a very important job to my country, as simple as that. So I program my brain whenever I just feel like so stressed that I would not handle this particular kind of patient. I've tried to handle him in a way possible for him to merge with me in a way that things can literally do work out, and things are not working out. I just now let it go, but not letting it go like freely. I just walk away, but I stay there. But right now I stand on the commands of my brain, or the setting of my brain. I just keep very patient with the patient, keep very patient with the patient. I keep very patient with the situation around me. I keep very patient with the service I'm providing. To the conclusion of the video, thank you guys for watching my video. That's it. If you have been watching, it literally brings my YT life to the next level. Remember to subscribe to the channel for a lot of nursing vlogs coming very soon. There are going to be a ton of them, especially throughout the whole of my journey, my nursing journey, my diploma journey, and of course all that. I promise that when you subscribe, you will not regret. Make it a point that of course you share out the video to every other nursing student you know that is starting out nursing school, either today, tomorrow, next month, next year, whatever the case may be. And let me grab you again. Remember that smartness, elegancy, and of course exploring the magic of your subconscious mind in 2020. Tanya Shylock switching out. Bye for now.